daughter trying to get in here. And she's getting so big, and she's starting to do stuff like that. I'm like, who is that? And I forget. I'm like, dang. You move pretty. Yeah, exactly. You moving real fast. I'm like, Jesus. Just stay a little baby. Stay over here.
Let's go.
And then you got a daughter 21. Yeah, 21. So you went from there to there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'd be ready to kill everybody. You
newborn.
Oh my gosh. You talking about boyfriend live over here? I'm like, oh man, let me know. Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah. We're ready.
It's a different experience.
Yeah.
It's a different experience.
I bet you it is. Ooh. I know you've been waiting for that and kind of anticipating, not waiting for it, but like anticipating it. So now that it's here, like more or less, like how does it like? You know your daughter. And
so like you know, especially as a father, you don't want to accept, but then you have to accept.
Yeah, correct.
You know, he's here now. Yeah. But who is this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so then you trying to feel him out.
Yeah.
He's trying, he's nervous.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot when you're a father and you got a daughter and you want to protect your daughter.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's a lot.
Oh man, I'm not. Yo, welcome back to the Plug Podcast. You're plugged in. This is episode number 24 with Joe from Big Brotherz Barbershop. Shout out Big Brotherz Barbershop being the backbone of the podcast since day one. Shout out King Cuts as well out there. Big Brotherz Barbershop. If you're looking for somewhere to get clean, like I always recommend, check out Big Brotherz Barbershop over there in the Calabria, Alamo Ranch area. Welcome to podcast number 24. Excited to speak with Joe a little bit more on his future endeavors for the barbershop and him as a black-owned business. So definitely excited to speak with him a little bit more about his business and some of his future plans like we always do here at the Plug Podcast. Shout out to our quick sponsors, Apelife Apparel, always holding it down. New merchandise always coming out pretty consistent. So make sure you check it out the website daily. Shout out to Big Brotherz Barbershop as usual. Of course, we already showed them some love. Joe following through here in a couple minutes. So excited to chop it up with Joe. Shout out to Bear Clothing Apparel as well. Definitely has some new shorts, new animated shorts that just came out. So they definitely killing the merchandise game at this time. Make sure you go over there and check them out. Last but not least, shout out to the 808 shop. Continuing to put out new merch, Money Making Mitch shirt coming on the way. So make sure you check out their website. So definitely excited to have this podcast with you guys. This is number 24. We finally made it. This has been my overall goal at the top of the year. So we finally here at number 24. The cipher we putting together to celebrate the progress of the podcast so far. So excited for you guys to see a lot more of the cipher coming up here soon. September 19th is on a Saturday night. If you're in the town, make sure you stop through. It is mask required, but we're going to have some of the nicest MCs there. And, of course, I'm going to be on the ones and twos holding everything down. So excited to see you there and come out and celebrate podcast number 24 or celebrate the Plug Podcast in general. So appreciate everyone that's plugged in with us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell your mom, tell your aunt, tell your grandma, tell your best friend, tell whoever about the Plug Podcast. Anywhere you can listen to a podcast, Spotify, Apple Music, and all the above. Check us out on YouTube as well. So enough of me. Let's get into the first music video of podcast number 24, and let's do some catching up with Joe. Let's get it.
Vino gon' cook up, mix the ingredients. Come and shop, bitch, I got it all. Selling pounds, even 8 balls. Show a nigga how to really ball. Dishing packs like I'm John Wall. Truckload, bet I get them gone. Trap jumping like Vince Carter. Drive through, nigga, place your order. Fuck a bitch player, I'm a starter. Gas on deck all the time. All my weed bitches lemon lime. Plug, sit the shit bitch, I need a rate. Penitentiary chances for the bitches. Talking money, got plenty. Putting on for the sticks, 600, you can ask Jimmy. 100,000 sales, blowing up my sales. Bitch, I'm selling bells, keep a food safe. Double seal the gas, gotta block the smell. Nigga, fuck 12, nigga, fuck jail. Bitch, I'm making bail, real niggas hold, and fake niggas fold. And now I never tell. Come and shop, bitch, I got it all. Selling pounds, even 8 balls. Show a nigga how to really ball. Dishing packs like I'm John Wall.
So welcome back, guys, from that music video. That was BJ Goddamn. Shout out to BJ. Definitely hope to have him on part of the podcast. This is podcast number 24. Like I mentioned, we have Big Brothers Barbershop live here on podcast 24. What up, Joe? How you living, man?
Living good, living good.
Amen.
Life is good.
Amen. So make sure you guys get in there, like, share, and subscribe. You know, Big Brothers Barbershop's been the backbone of our podcast since starting off. Definitely always mention you guys before the podcast even kicks off. So definitely excited to have you part of the podcast, brother. Seriously.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, so appreciate everything that you do in the community and that you do for everyone, you know, in general, man. I was going to say thank you for your service, but we're going to get into a little bit more about you here in a second. Okay. Let's talk about Big Brothers Barbershop and how it got started and how things got going with you guys there.
I moved out here to San Antonio in 2014. I just retired out the Army in 2013. And I was living in El Paso. And I moved out here. My family wanted to relocate. We really wasn't wanting to live in a desert landscape, stay in a desert landscape. So we moved on out here to San Antonio.
Nice.
And I started working at a barbershop over by Ingram Mall. And me and Daniel started working together.
Correct. Shout out D-Town.
Yeah, shout out to D-Town.
Yeah, what's going on? Yes, sir.
Yeah, my A1.
Yes, sir.
But you know, me and him clicked, you know, and we always been cool. We started talking, and I had left the barbershop first and was kind of doing my own solo thing, mobile.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I sat down with Daniel one day and I was like, you know, hey, you want your own shop? Let's do it.
What made you? What kind of considered before you continue? What kind of made you get into that mind frame where you're like, hey, let's try to figure out how to do something for ourselves instead of doing the continuous grind that you were doing? Anything in particular clicked?
I had owned 2 of my own barbershops out in El Paso.
Oh, okay.
Out here.
Nice.
So I already knew what the ownership part was. You know,
Yeah.
the responsibility came with it, the headache that came with it.
Correct.
And just went ahead and took what I knew and ran with it. I just needed some help because, you know, my family came together with Daniel's family, and we opened up something. Not only our intentions was, of course, to make money because we have to pay the bills at the barbershop and take care of our families.
Yeah.
But opening the barbershop in the community was to show other young black men, Hispanic men that live in this community, that black and brown people can do something for themselves.
Correct.
You know, that we can be business owners, even if it's a small business.
Small part of it.
You know, you got to start out small, and you know, you want to see $100 before you see 1,000.
Yeah, that's
you got to count it up. So you're gonna see 100 before you see 1,000. You got to see 1,000 before you see a million. So, you know, just to get in there and get in that grind and start making money, you can see that you're doing something in the community.
Correct.
And that, you know, other young men and women, they see that. Like,
Correct.
You know, they respect that you're a grown man taking care of your family.
Yeah, and not, I mean, doing it your way. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways. There's people making it, but to be able to do it your way and kind of play by your rules is the ultimate blessing.
We're not just a barbershop.
You
know, like we go to little league games, the football games, PB basketball games. We try to attend different stuff in the community with some of the youth. You know, we try to do things in the community, volunteer. We went out and spoke a couple of times.
Yeah.
To be in the community and actually making the wheel turn for something good.
Yeah.
Helps out every day.
Correct. I mean, we had that. We had 2 events previously where you invited the community out. We had a pastor there, and we had Lanny Walls there, former NFL player. You had some good pillars of the community come out and talk to the men, you know, of the community.
And it was a good turnout. I really appreciate everybody that came out that night. Yeah. You know, because there were other military retired vets from the Air Force and the Navy and the Army, like myself. Reverend was there, like you just mentioned. Walls, retired NFL NFL players.
Yep.
Other veterans and people that work here in the community, that work for the Postal Service. But these, every man that I invited that night were fathers,
correct,
were educated,
correct,
spiritual,
correct.
Well-rounded men that know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they can really reach out to some of the younger men.
Correct.
That's got some of them questions
and inspire. Yeah, and that's what it was really about. I mean, I had the questions preformed, and you even had some of us in the background asking questions like we wanted to know. Yeah. And it was very motivational. I'm not gonna lie to you. We just mentioned a little bit how it was over a year ago when we had that one with Lenny Walls. I took so much out of that a year ago that those things that is going on now, I'm practicing those same things from that time. I mean, being prepared, practicing, making sure physically, mentally that, you prepared, or you got to have those avenues of income in order to be a millionaire. This is just a lot of things that I took from that conversation that still motivates me, to this day.
Because some people lose their motivation, and some people they lose their sense of direction or the source.
Yeah.
And they kind of fall off, and they go back to the slump.
Correct.
They go back to having bad credit, or
yeah.
go back to being broke.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna make it no way, so I'm just gonna spend something.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna blow this.
Yeah.
And then you just digging yourself a hole.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you hit a wall.
It's like what you one step forward, two step back.
You'll break a door in there sooner.
Exactly. Keep pushing. Yep, exactly. And definitely excited. I hope we get that bad boy going very soon again, because that was very eye-opener and very good networking opportunity for a lot of people in the community. So definitely hope to have more of those soon. What do you feel is your job in the community as a barbershop, as a black-owned barbershop, in particular? I know we still have a diverse group of people that we do work with, but what do you feel like Big Brother's stamp is in the community for you guys?
When like I said, when we opened Big Brothers, me and Daniel, we wanted to be an example for other young men, other men, period, in the community. Like we stand up in. Yeah. We stand our ground.
Correct.
We barbers.
Correct.
But our example in the community, we're not just barbers.
Correct.
So, when you deal with me, you're not just dealing with a barber.
Yeah.
I'm also a soldier.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for your service.
I'm also a father.
Yes.
I'm a husband.
Yep.
I'm a son.
Yep.
I'm a brother.
Yep.
I'm an uncle.
Yep.
I'm a nephew.
Yep.
I'm a craftsman.
There you go.
I have a lot of different attributes that I can display.
Correct.
When I need to display them.
Correct.
And in the community, the men have to take their position back and being that example.
Correct.
You can't just go to work and think you're gonna have one job that you're gonna work today.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Unfortunately.
If you're a father, you got another job already when you come back home. If you're a husband, there's another job you got when you come back home.
Yep.
So it's continuous, but there's no break. It's tough, but I was taught that heavy is the head, where's the crown. You
got a
you're
lot
king of your castle.
Yeah. Correct.
But how big or how small your castle is, you're king of it.
That's right.
And our responsibilities fall on you.
Yeah. Correct.
So when I go home, I'm the king.
Correct.
I make a good decision and I stand on it.
Correct.
And sometimes I might have to go to war. So sometimes I might have to protect my own.
Yeah.
But I'm man enough to stand up and I'm gonna protect my own.
Seriously.
And I think that is some of the things that's lost with some of the young men now. And it's not just saying that you're not gonna make a mistake.
Correct.
I'm not sitting here right now saying I didn't make a mistake.
Yeah.
I got a big load over here. I done failed and messed up a bunch of times.
Correct.
But I try to improve on that.
Correct.
And not go back to that and show people, that I talk to or that I come in contact with. Hey, I'm human, man. I done messed up before. Don't think that I'm perfect. You see me. Maybe I'm doing a little good right here, or you might see me and my family and we happy right now. Yeah. But we done went through a couple of tornadoes and hurricanes and storms.
Yep. Amen. Yep.
Every day wasn't good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But hold on.
Absolutely. And so definitely, it's like making sure, you inspire men to be men and hold down, work.
You know, like you want it. There's nothing that you can't get. You know,
Correct.
and not to sound cliche.
Of course.
But I'm just speaking my own life
experience.
And things that I've experienced.
Correct.
You know, I started out with real humble beginnings. I started out. I grew up in the country. I grew up. You know, it wasn't no bunch of video games. I didn't know what a video game was. Yeah. You know, so you know, I'm feeding pigs and cows, riding horses every day.
That was your Fortnite.
Yeah, you know, so you know, the sun went down. You catching lightning bugs. You wasn't out there looking at no video games.
Yeah.
You know, so like I grew up working.
Yeah.
But then I saw young that if I go do this right here, he's gonna give me that money and I can get that.
Correct.
Or I can get that.
Correct.
And I, you know, for me that was not just my motivation. You know, it was that I wanted to do something for my own family, for my own kids. You know, I got married young, and I watched my own family, grandparents, where they came from, and I don't want my kids to scratch on the ground. Yeah. Like I had to scratch. Correct. You know, being in the military, anybody been in the military, especially the Army, or having certain positions and jobs where you deploy and leaving your family. You know, you sleeping outside, you sleeping in bad weather. You know, ain't no building to go to. Correct. You know, you might be able to get in a truck or under one, you know, on top of one or something. You know, but ain't nowhere to go. You know, ain't no telephone. Ain't no electricity. But I paid the dues so they don't have to go scratch them. So you know, to also show other young men, like, you know, like go do the military or something for a couple years. You can do 20 plus years. But go do something else and build yourself up and get some experiences to build your house in yourself that you want to build yourself up. Correct.
You know, and thank you for your service as well. Like I mentioned, my dad definitely was in the Air Force as well, and his story sounds very similar to yours, and some of the obstacles you guys have to go through, and then still, you know, make sure you take care of your family. And you know, not everyone has a father figure like that, you know, in their life, and definitely what you guys doing with the shop is giving them opportunity to still have a kind of a male figure, that man to tell you, hey, brother, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got a line on that one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because sometimes we don't know when we're wrong or doing wrong, but you can have big brothers or somebody to tell you, hey, man, don't go about like that.
Common sense is just common.
Yeah.
We assume that he should know or she should know better than that.
Yeah, and no.
And I done seen people that was, older than me. or you know, I done seen people that was, 25, 30, and you would assume. Yeah, you would like to assume. You would assume they can, but they really don't. Yeah. So being able to talk to them about it. Sometimes you might need to just pull them off, and sometimes it's not to embarrass them. But I've had people that come to the business and come to the barbershop, and then they'll, hey, Joe, can I talk to you outside for a second? And some of them wasn't there to see me. Correct. But then, like, hey, I got this and this going on. Yeah. If you look at this. Yeah. You look at yourself. Correct. Yeah. Well, I got this going on with my woman. Yeah. You ain't got to tell me, but just be honest with yourself. And everything that you've been doing and haven't been doing. Yeah. Start checking them off. And then the ones you missed, you might want to go back and do it. You might want to look into those a little bit more. Been doing it, you might want to quit. There you go. There you go. Definitely want to keep them in your life. And sometimes, it's that simple, like even in relationships, that's most people's drive. Correct. Is to take care of their woman and take care of their kids, or the woman to take care of, assist her man and take care of her kids. But if they don't have, if they don't have that drive and that push, well, what am I getting up for? Correct. Man, we can keep going on and on about that. What kind of goals do you have, or is there any goals that you have for the barbershop right now in particular that you would want to see or would want to do, like maybe franchise, or you ever thought about anything like that? I really do want to franchise the barbershop eventually. That is one of my goals. Definitely. And to have a barber academy, a school,
Like a barber school.
yeah,
Nice.
as well, and can have it in the community where everybody is not going to go to college. I have a college degree.
Correct.
I have a bachelor's degree in business.
Nice.
I have a bachelor's degree in business.
Nice.
I need to know how to do business and run business and how business works, and how taxes work, and
Correct.
things that everything that go with a business just besides making money.
Correct.
And everybody's not gonna go to college though.
Mhm.
Some people, you know,
Gotta figure
they're
trade.
trying to push their kids into something that they really ain't made for them. You know,
Just because they probably think they can make a little more money or something.
But you know, the average job I found out, you know, with a bachelor's degree, is only gonna pay you between $35,000 and maybe $45,000.
Come on, don't lie to them.
Really not a whole lot of money.
Yeah,
You know,
seriously.
most jobs
Seriously.
look for experience and everything else that goes along with that.
With bachelor's degree too, you can get to it. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
correct. And then
So-
being real, you know, I have my bachelor's degree as well. I mean, coming out the gate, I thought I was gonna make 50,000. Thought I was gonna walk into 50,000, but the only people that's paying 50,000 would be a teacher, and that's in Texas. Anywhere else, teachers aren't getting paid like that.
But
So,
28,000.
yeah, exactly. So with a bachelor's degree, they coming out. Thank God they're making 50,000, but that's the highest that.
Yeah.
Bachelor's degree, I'm like, you gotta have a lot of experience with that bachelor's degree, and then maybe even a master's degree to even jump into that 70, 80
And
echelon.
a lot of the jobs too, they want you to have different certifications. They want you to have these certs and stuff to go along with that degree that you have.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, they want you to have other
PHR,
you
yeah.
go to barber school, but
Yeah.
until you go and get that certification, take that
Correct.
certification
Test.
test to be a barber,
Correct.
you still can't barber.
Yeah.
You know, so you know that's back to where you know that faith without work is dead.
Correct.
You know,
Right.
you can have faith, you can be a good barber.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna do the work to become a barber.
You're not
Get the
gonna be able.
accreditation to go and be a barber.
Correct. It ain't gonna be legit. You ain't gonna. Yeah.
Your work is dead.
Facts.
So you have to go out and really pursue what you're looking for.
That's exciting. That's definitely exciting to hear about, like the Barber Academy, and I know you got to be hell of a teachers and mentors and all the above.
And
then
actually,
your reach would be a lot more too.
To put young men and women that don't want to go to college or something, but I can put you into a trade.
Exactly. That's
Where
going.
the first year that you can probably clear over $60,000.
Come on.
And the business is already up and established. That the name is already known.
Yep.
There's good barbers already in there. The clientele, the community already knows it because we're going to stay in the community doing things.
Yes, sir.
And you'll go out into a job where you can start out making about $60,000.
Yeah.
The first year
Seriously.
at 19, 20 years old.
Seriously. And then
versus sitting in college and college really ain't for you.
yeah, and you don't even know what you really want to do. It's
Right.
like, even when you get into bar, that's always a good trade to have. Like, me picking up this DJing thing, I know that my fiance be like, be on my throat, but it's a trait that I actually was able to learn that I'm always gonna be able to keep, and I can always be like, hey, I can go make some money off of this real quick.
Because you know, music is an art.
Yeah,
You know,
seriously.
it's a lost art in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know, but music is an art. You know, to calm the savage beast, you need music, as they say.
Yeah.
You know, to get in to have that motivation, you need to find the center of yourself.
Correct.
And to find the center of yourself, you need to be able to find out, you know, what do you need to, what frequency you need to be on.
Mm-hmm.
You looking for a radio station, or TV
find your
station,
vibe,
you looking at frequency, right?
Yeah, right.
2.3,
Yeah,
whatever frequency is.
Uh-huh.
You know, you have to do the same thing with yourself to get yourself on that right frequency.
Correct.
Sometimes we use music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I like to use music to do it. I don't always listen to music. It might not always be smooth jazz or something. Sometimes I might listen to Tupac.
Yeah, get you
know,
like in there.
But it's the
certain
music,
vibe,
it's the beat and stuff that's gonna get me in that attention that I'm looking to get into to get my mind focused and to motivate me to what I'm about to do.
Absolutely, man. So speaking of music, D-Town Son, Woody 2 Live.
Yeah.
He's an artist.
Yeah.
Let's jump into this music video. Shout out Woody 2 Live. We'll be right back with Joe. Let's get it.
Man, cut that shit out right now. The fuck? Play with that game, now we smoking on new Opps. I wanted them gon' pull the rest out the shoebox. Baby, I'm thuggin', I'm feeling like Tupac. I keep dropping heat, bitch, go buy you a new Opps. Let's get in the shootout, I don't wanna be box. Run down on the Opps, take him out of this Reebok. Got hit in his stomach, this 30 a detox. He wanted some drink, hit his head with the re-rock. I'm in the hood with Dior on my tennis shoes. If she follow direction, might buy some Christian loot. If I drop that bag, my young niggas gon' finish. Put the stick down his throat like a motherfucking interview. She setting you up, but she really ain't into you. I'm looking for eyes, but they ain't got no vehicle. You niggas and my son watch me cut the umbilical. Tryna play dead face shot, we won't tickle. Ain't never had shit, my young niggas gon' crash out. Say they want smoke, so I'm bringing that bag. Ain't giving you shit while you holding your hand out. Young stiff nigga, you know I'ma stand out. 2-4 game, bitch, you know that we turned up. Reef my chain in this bitch, you get burnt up. Bitch, I'm a boss, you a motherfucking worker. Bitch, try to set me up, know I'm a murderer. Got a show on the Opps hood, know that we still going. No, we gon' shoot this bitch up if I don't perform. Try to get an abortion, Lil' Woody was still born. Fuck out my exes, I know that they still home. Going straight in, I don't need no cord. Might slide in the form, might slide in the four. Swipe, jug, play the game when I'm bored. Fuck all the odds, bitch, we up on the score. I don't need no plug, get that shit out the store. If she bring me a chase, I might buy a Dior. Long live pet, we still throwing up forward. You slide in my grandmama Honda Accord. You can't have my baby, I know you a whore. If I go to prison, I'm making a sword. My niggas ballin' your ass in the G League. We finna hit, bitch, you know I'm with T-Reed. 2 shots to his stomach, I'm making him lean. I'm really young, go hit your ass with the green bean. Ain't ducking no beef, but I want the green bean. After I fucked it, she sucking the whole team.
Yo, welcome back from that music video. Shout out Wody 2 Live. He's killing them boys in Dallas. So definitely excited to have you back, a part of the show again. Shout out to Big Brotherz Barbershop. You guys doing a hell of a job in the community. Election coming up real soon. Where we at? We're in August. We're in August. So we got September, October, elections in November. Is there anything that you're looking for right now in the candidates that kind of will want you or are going to vote? Anything in particular that you want to see from one person say or shed some light on?
I'm looking for anybody that's not Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I'm be honest. I'm looking for anybody that's not Donald Trump.
There you go.
I mean, just to be honest,
yeah.
You know, like,
be real.
There's nothing, you know,
too much more
that he can really do.
Yeah.
Derogatory or his statements and the things he say and do are just way out.
Yeah.
It's just way out there. You know, there has to be some kind of position. Yeah. That you stand on some kind of moral compass yourself.
Correct. And then have Donald Trump.
Watch what you say and watch your rhetoric and how you're speaking to the public.
Correct.
Because it's not one particular group that you're leading as the President of the United States. You're leading
everyone,
the whole nation.
Everyone that's involved.
Everyone that pays taxes into this nation.
Correct.
You are leading all those people. You're not there to sell yourself to one particular group.
Correct.
You're there to whatever your policies and procedures that you're going to put in place and try to help retain the nation's well-being.
Correct.
Well,
so
go
you
for
want
that.
to do that, yeah.
If you want to do tax cuts, if you want to do welfare reform, if you want to do healthcare reform, do that.
Yeah.
But to get on TV and to try and downgrade one party, hey, that, you know, they do that as part of the scheme. I got it. You know, I'm better than you. And Republicans are better than Democrats. But both of them really fly on the same bird. The one's just the left wing, one is the right wing.
Correct.
but they both
same
fly
missions
on the same
going.
bird. So, you know, you can't fool me.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
You know,
you just feel like Donald Trump
if he was running in the Democratic Party, I wouldn't vote for him.
Yeah.
Not with his comments and the things that
he's been doing, been saying.
Yeah. You know, just real leadership has to be for the people. You don't have just one group, gender, or religious background, or race, or creed that you're going for.
Correct.
You're going for the people.
Correct.
You know, and the people are a mixture in the United States. It's not one color.
Correct.
You know, it's not one gender.
Correct.
You know, so love all of them if you want to be up there in that position.
Correct.
And do the best you can to make sure everybody's safe and healthy as the leader of the country.
Correct.
You know that. You know, being in the military, it's kind of like a slap in the face to come and be home and be out the military and retire, and then you have a leader that's the commander in chief of the armed forces as well. that you have other races and creeds and beliefs inside of that organization that we call our military, and you're talking about them as well, and you're their leader. You know, whoever his advisor, whoever he is, you know, they probably, you know,
they don't have no control. I was about to say they don't got no control, obviously.
And he's kind of unleashed,
correct,
on what he says and does, and somebody, you know, should have long ago pulled his coat and be like,
hey, that's,
and it hasn't been done.
Yeah,
you know, he really needs to step down.
Yeah,
you
don't think he's competent. Yeah, at first you thought he was just like
incompetent is the correct word.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, you know, everyone's like, everyone's on Camille Harris and how like she's not really African American, and I believe she's like Muslim or something like that, and how she's not for the people, or she had like so many people locked up on marijuana charges in California and one person on death row.
But I feel you.
Yeah.
But with Camilla Harris, I really respect that she would even step up there to even take the position.
Correct.
As vice president.
Yep.
So I respect her for that.
Yeah.
People say that she had black men and women locked up.
Yeah.
On drug charges or whatever.
Yep.
If I take a job as a police officer and I just so happen to pull you over and you got drugs in the car.
Yeah.
Did I lock you up?
Or you yeah, exactly.
Now, am I doing my job?
Yeah. Okay.
Nah,
be real.
This is how I'm taking care of my family and everything. Again. And I think that's one of the things that we get kind of confused in the community.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know a lot about Camilla Harris. So
yeah,
I'm not
same.
Side with her
Same.
But you know, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I looked into a couple of those cases. I really don't think that she was
really
locking people up like she was going after black people.
She's like
people trying to make it.
She had a list, like a hit list. Nah.
But she was the prosecutor or
whoever
she was.
Correct.
Prosecuting attorney, I think it was prosecuting attorney her position was.
I think so. Yeah.
But I think she was just doing her job.
Correct.
And sometimes maybe a little roughness in your position is the attention given.
Correct.
And that's why she's remembered now. She was like you up, maybe getting some lengthy time or whatnot. But she was doing her job.
Correct.
Whatever decisions she made, I'm sure she's standing behind her. And that's the reason why she's up there right now. Like, you know, candidate for the vice president.
Yeah, I was excited to see her up there as well, and I'm like, I don't care who it is. It could be Shrek and Donkey. Oh, yeah. I don't care. We gonna go vote in November, because I mean these past 4 years has just been so crazy. And
I think she'll bring different ideas. I think she'll bring different ideas. I think she's just looking at some of the stuff and reading up a little bit when I found out who she was. I think she's stern. I think she'll bring some good ideas. I think she'll be good for foreign affairs. Good. You know, I think she'll be good to go out and reach some of the people in the United States that now have kind of lost trust in the senior leadership of the nation.
Correct. And speaking of like the senior leadership of the nation, like our cops is what you kind of mean, our police, women and men. A lot of things has been going on, you know, since the, you know, Black Lives Matter with George Floyd and things like that. What do you hope that the Black Lives Matter movement does for us at the end of the day? Is there anything in particular you would like for this movement to, you know, shadow or spread more light on? Or
I hope the whole Black Lives Matter movement, I hope it subdues the whole planet.
Yeah.
You know, I hope it's subdued over everywhere. I hope it shows enough compassion and love for each man to another.
Correct.
You know, that it spreads all the way over the whole planet. You know, to show respect for another human being. Yeah. No matter what their color is.
Correct.
To have one specific race that you kill like a dog in the street, like you stepping on a roach or catching a rat into a trap. And to not have any kind of emotions or feelings or remorse behind it. And it's been going on for years. And like I said earlier, you know, like I watched my grandfather, you know, I learned about my other grandfather that died the year I was born, and my uncles and my dad. And to hear some of the stories and see TV and things that are still going on, like when does it stop?
Correct.
And Black Lives Matter is a start, but it's going it has to start with more education, giving more knowledge to people that you know. We're not the spider crawling on the floor. You don't need to
step on us. Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to run out like George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin and come out here with pistols.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just walking on the sidewalk.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not dangerous.
Correct.
I'm just black.
I'm just black. Yep.
I'm just African American.
Yep.
Or I'm just Jamaican American.
Yep.
Or I'm just Haitian American.
Correct.
Or whatever, you know, black skin you have, that's
wrapped around.
Where you come from.
Yeah.
This is just me.
Correct.
And
Correct.
Well, you know, I think that the Black Lives Matter movement, that I think it should become not. I won't say the movement should spread just like rap.
Yeah, but it's slowly but surely, but it definitely sports and everywhere. It's
so,
definitely seen.
To have that organization started.
Yeah.
My hat's off to whoever started. I don't
Correct.
know who started.
Correct.
But not to get us caught up in different things that might show a negative light on Black lives.
Correct.
And it's bad. People in every organization is gonna make bad decisions.
Correct. And I just hope, you know, like it just, like you said, educates everyone, makes everyone more aware. I've been part of corporate America, and I've only had like one other black person in the room with me, and it's a woman, and I'm like, all right, but everyone else is partner up and got this and that. It wasn't a lot of diversity, you know. You know, I got my degree and everything, but the diversity wasn't there, and I'm like, man,
and it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, seriously.
But you know, I've been in that situation as well. Even been in the military, where sometimes I would be the only black guy there.
Yeah.
And we out in the woods. You know, we're gonna be out here for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But you know, like it's your stronger inner being, and that goes back to that finding you.
Correct.
It don't matter who you go around. When you find yourself, they'll recognize.
Yeah.
And you know, like I've been in a situation where I've sat down and talked to some of my fellow comrades that wearing the same uniform, and then you know after a few days we've been out there and we sit down one day and have a good long conversation. And like, you know, I didn't know you was like that. You know, I thought you were.
Yeah.
No, I am like those.
I am.
But you just assumed
exactly.
that I was ignorant or whatever else you was assuming.
Exactly.
Just come and find out who I am.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
just let me enjoy the moment who I am right now in the moment.
Yep.
And you just respect it.
Exactly.
And we can live together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I'm going to do that for you.
Exactly.
Whether you white, Hispanic,
Asian,
whatever, Asian, whatever. I respect that you're that.
Yep.
Respect mine too then.
Yep.
And we can respect each other and live right there next to each other.
Yep. And that's definitely one of the things that I'm looking for like the most is who's going to really look out for us the most, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I still haven't heard anything, to be honest, like, as far as the cop brutality, Breonna Taylor's cop killer still out there, and all this, and it's just like...
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But you know, like, and this is how I feel. Yeah. But I feel that if as black men, because it's happening to us, people say, well, why do you feel like that as a black man?
Yeah. Oh, what up? Well, being interrupted, as you see, y'all had a foggy screen real quick. President Q.
I had to come through. You know, I had to crash in on.
I had
on
a
an
crash
epic
party.
Yeah,
oh
man.
my God! Well,
Sound
welcome
like
back,
y'all having
President.
too much fun.
Yeah, I heard you. You didn't want to knock on the garage, huh?
Nah, I didn't want to make too much noise.
Well, man, glad you could join the conversation. Me and Joe were just talking a little bit. A shout out to Big Brotherz Barbershop as well. Make sure you guys get over there whenever you're in the area as well. If you ever in San Antonio, just go to Big Brotherz Barbershop. Book them on Booksy as well. But we were just talking a little bit about what we would like to see from our presidential candidate and the Black Lives Matter movement, some of the things that, you know, is going on and what we like to see. Where we left off is more or less of the police brutality portion of it, on how, you know, what I would like the ideal candidate to kind of stand up for us. I haven't heard anybody stand up for us yet and be like, hey, the Breonna Taylor killings and things like this is going to be a little bit stricter. compared to look at Nova. She heard you come in,
Trying to crash
but be a little bit more stricter compared to other situations. You know.
Yeah.
One situation, real quick, that I think you guys probably heard about. The Caucasian kid that got shot by the black guy, and they were like, a lot of people are up in arms about how, like, why is nobody talking about this? Really quick, the dude's in jail. The dude, he's put away already for some of the stuff. It probably didn't take no time at all. So I mean, there's a big difference in it. Like when a cop feels that,
Tragic. That was a shot.
that was tragic. That was definitely tragic.
You know, and that's tragic.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And not to overshadow that child's death. You know, I feel for his parents. You know, I feel sympathy for his parents. I feel sympathy for their community.
Correct.
Grandparents, aunts, uncles, the brothers and sisters we had. You know, that was a child that didn't even get a chance.
Yeah.
You know, I feel for them.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's some of the confusing part with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Correct.
You know, we feel that every week.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, we feel that all the time.
Yep.
Exactly.
And it's some black on black crime as well. Let us deal with that.
Yeah.
But as far as with police brutality and other stuff that's going on, I think, me personally, I think that if there's a police officer out here in the street that's got my son or the guy down the street, and got him on the ground with his knee in his neck, then we all go down there and stand down there and we demand you take your neck off his neck right now.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
If we go down there and we see a police officer down there with a 15-year-old girl, like that episode a couple of years ago, that they was at a pool and the police officer sitting on the girl's neck. And that, you know, at the time my daughter was around that age.
Yeah, that was
I know
scary.
she's not a bad kid. She's not getting into a whole bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just because now she's black, you gonna sit on her back?
Yeah.
Grown man.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, no, we're not asking you to get your foot off her neck. We're not concerned that you have a gun.
Correct.
That's not the only gun that was made.
Seriously.
But you're going to take your foot off of that individual's neck that's one of ours.
Yeah.
Because,
Correct.
you know, I think that's another part of the Black Lives Matter movement that's important. That we need to take responsibility for ourselves.
And unify. Yeah. I agree. I feel like we all need to have each other's backs a lot more than ever than before.
And not just say it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
You know, like a lot of times people will say it, but they won't do it.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, I spend a lot of my time where, you know, I don't go out and ask for nobody to toot my horn and give me accolades for it. But I have other young men and women that I father.
Yeah.
They're not mine, you know, that I grew and raised in my house and my kids.
Yeah.
But they look to me for mentorship. Sometimes the guys that won't talk to me about
Correct.
something. You know, they call me.
Correct.
You know, I got some that from the military still. I got some that just over the, you know, past few years that I came in contact with. They call me, and that's having their back too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they stop them from doing something stupid.
Yeah.
You
Seriously.
know? And it's that bonding together, the Black Lives Matter movement, that not just for the killings, but your life matters for you to be something too.
Yeah. Yep. Ideally, what do you kind of want out of your presidential candidate, or something that you're kind of looking for in a candidate?
I'll hit 2 points. For me, it has to be these 2 points. First of all, I want to hit the people. I feel like if y'all remember the Black Panther movement, where the people took the power into their hands and not police their own, but we kept the police in check. And I feel like, I mean, we have our rights. We're still Americans. We should definitely start arming our communities and protecting each other in a more civilized, I guess, organized, militia fashion.
Yeah. Right.
So I think that would be a good good platform for us to stand on and build off of. So that we should be trying to do that starting today. We need to start learning how to, you know, get organizations going, get events going, protect each other, and let's make it moving.
We don't know what
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
And forget the small majority, the loud minority. I mean, that want to go against the ideal. I think
let them go.
Yeah, let them go. They can,
Exactly.
If they don't want to be black,
Yeah.
let them go.
Yeah.
So that's the first point. That's for the people.
So that'd be the first meeting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That'd be the first one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's why those dudes. But I don't want to get started on that. But for the presidential candidate, I did a lot of. Well, I mean, we've all paid a lot of close attention to this race, mainly because the candidates. I think this is probably the two most unpopular candidates we've had in a while. Maybe Hillary might be more
Hillary
unpopular.
may have been more unpopular.
More unpopular than Biden.
Those email scams kind
Yeah,
of
that
shot
was
her in the foot.
But looking at Biden and some of the stuff he's saying, I know I'm going to vote for him. I've stated that many times. I'm still going to vote for him, but I got to see way more. You know, I got to see him not only adopting some of Bernie Sanders' principles, but also listening a lot more to the colored communities, especially in a time like this, because I don't know if I can stand behind a president who's using our vote, but he's not necessarily. We're not getting any benefits out of it. Yeah, it's for his personal gain, for his own power, and I get tired of our community always doing that. The Democratic Party always just assumes.
We get kind of caught with the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're like, because you look on the Republican side, you're like,
So
whoa, what the
they
hell?
both devils.
Yeah, it's all hell over there.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, what
That's
in
what we're
the...
gonna go with.
Yeah. So the Republican side, throw them in the garbage. Not even, no question. But at the same time, we would like a couple more benefits. I would like to see more, I guess, progressive ideas, like color folks policing color folks. We need more color officers that look like us, that live in our neighborhoods, to police our children and help our generation be protected. Because they'll listen to that dude. They'll listen to I don't know, Mr. Jones or something that watched them growing up playing basketball. And rather than some random white dude coming and kicking people's doors down and shooting them in the night, we can't have dudes like that policing our people.
I really feel that we need that in the community to have our own neighborhood watch, not a neighborhood watch like the guy walking around.
Fat guy. Yeah.
But we need to have an organization that we put into that's properly managed, that has its own security force.
Yeah.
I see Choice and the other ones around the subdivisions here in San Antonio that go around and they protect that community. But we can have our own community.
Yep.
We can have our own security. We need to have our own banks. We're getting some of our own schools and academies here. And that's another reason why I wanted to go and I want to start eventually. I want to open my own academy.
That would be
I'm not saying my own, but it's a family owned.
Of course.
Yeah.
Daniel, myself, the Big Brothers family.
Yeah.
But that can actually go into the school system, the high school system, because right now they only teaching our kids how to count money. They're not teaching our kids how to make money.
At all.
So
at all.
We need to have inside the school systems. I did some research. I love listening to Minister Farrakhan. I love listening to Malcolm X. Going back listening to some of the other people from the 60s and the 50s and the civil rights movements and different things that were going on. But Martin Luther King, I love listening to Martin Luther King. I love listening to Medgar Evers, different ones. But back in the day, in high school, they had plumbing certification for the juniors and seniors.
Wow.
They had
That's
barber
early.
certification, beauticians. They had
them ready to go.
carpenters. Simple trades.
That you could pick
a lot
up.
of kids doing that stuff already anyway when they 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, helping out or whatever.
So at 16, 17, when you get a driver's license, you can go get that certification. Or a plumber. Graduate from high school, go right to a $60,000 to $70,000 a year job, but they don't want that.
Nah,
because now you're not inside the matrix no more. You're not inside the system no more that they want you in.
Correct.
Because they teach their kids. When I say they, I'm gonna be open and honest. Because, I'm talking about European families.
I mean,
most families are European origins.
Here in San Antonio, it's been proven. We got schools like health careers and business careers, and you don't see a high number, not even a decent number of black people being
because we don't
invited
teach
to
our
them.
kids that.
Yeah, that's
Now most people of European descent, Caucasian white people, they teach their kids a lot of stuff about that.
Yeah.
They teach their kids back in the day on how to balance checkbooks. They teach them about stocks and bonds.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Just learn about stocks.
When I was in school and I was in the 5th, 6th grade, I heard, kids saying, "Hey, go play Monopoly this weekend." You know, we made our own checkerboard out of pennies.
Yeah.
I didn't have, my parents weren't buying no Monopoly board, but it's actually a learning tool.
Yeah.
It
It
teaches
was.
you how to walk around on Wall Street,
Exactly.
Fifth Avenue, at 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold your money.
That's true.
You can't even
Yeah.
get on the square if you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
So they
true.
put some money in their kids' hand and put them on the square and get them on around the block.
Teach
But
them
most
real
of us
quick.
don't get taught that because our parents in the hole already.
Yeah.
They can't come to our functions because they got to work all the
Work
time.
all
They-
day.
They are at home. So, you know,
Long
I think
hours.
that's where we need to get it back to where we can actually start showing some of our kids
Yeah.
at 17.
How to
agree.
be able to.
You can go to school all day.
Yeah.
I own a barbershop. You got out of school at 2, or you got a little bit early because you're a junior senior now.
Yeah.
You come to the barbershop,
After-
you already building your clientele. So when you graduate,
Yeah.
we show you how to get a house, business
Yeah.
credit,
Yeah.
start building yourself a 401k
Imagine,
yourself,
imagine a
build
nation
business
like
on-
that. Oof.
I know. Our
Yeah.
economy would be
But we got the tools now.
Yeah, we do have
We
the
just we
tools.
need to put them in play.
Exactly.
Now some of us put them in play maybe in a small setting,
Correct.
maybe with my family,
Yeah.
and luckily, you know, like I can share ideas because there's other people that I see every day.
Yeah.
I share them with my fellow coworkers.
Yep.
You know, people that I see every day.
Yep.
But we
Yep.
need to spread this around our whole community so
Community,
he can have
yep.
it. He can have it.
Yep.
We meet in one place.
Would
Exactly.
you think something like that would come down to the Black Lives Matter, not the movement, but the actual organization? Because I don't know if y'all saw how many donations they were getting during the George Floyd incident,
Yeah.
where they were getting Michael Jordan donations from like 200 million.
I say
you know,
we do it
10 million
ourselves.
and stuff
I mean,
that.
like that's all what Black Lives Matter movement is.
Yeah.
It
Us
should
doing
be.
ourselves.
Yeah, it should be a whole funnel of just
Yeah.
like I mean,
know-
of course
you know
the
why
money,
can't-
but our money, like
Exactly.
being able to push
Why
it up.
can't they start with the three of us sitting right here right
Yeah.
now?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's true.
You know, why it can't be me, you, and your brother right there, and we bring each one of our 10% to the table.
Yeah.
that's true.
And then invest in something.
Something.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we talk to take our money and put it with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Even our religious organizations.
Oh yeah.
True.
Imagine how
That's
many
very true.
Black Lives Matter churches we have in San Antonio. San Antonio area church.
Yeah.
Civil
Yeah.
Law,
Oh my
Ross,
gosh. Yeah.
This surrounding area.
In
right
this
here.
area. Yeah.
So how many African American Black churches that we have here that we taking our 10% and can bring it all to the table together?
And and we
No
that
matter
would
what
be
denomination, whether you
that'd be a
Black
building.
Catholic,
That'd be a
Black
building
Muslim,
downtown.
Black Pentecostal,
Yeah.
Baptist,
Uh-huh.
or whatever you are, we
Yeah.
all bring ours to the table, take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
I agree.
And
But
put it.
we got our money still separated, taking it, giving it to separate charities.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else,
Yeah.
right?
Which that's true.
So that's why I think Black Lives Matter movement is very, very important because we got to learn how and not just take care of ourselves for this week.
Correct.
Yeah, I know. Because the trends seem to die off real quick.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Especially,
We need to be all of us sitting right here right now, be thinking about our grandchildren right
Seriously.
now.
Yeah.
That's Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ain't made it here yet. They come.
Nope. Everybody like, oh snap.
They come.
Yeah, exactly. And be able to allow them to have something that they can be able to almost love and still be able to provide for their family and still be able to have a good time with it almost instead of being like, all right, I'm going to school, now what? Okay, now I got to get into corporate America, and now corporate America is telling me
Because
this,
that's all part of
and telling me that.
that's all part of the monopoly board.
Yeah.
That's all part of the scheme.
Yeah. Oh, the
But they put it in
loans,
somebody else's
the,
pot.
all that. Yeah.
So they you go to school, you learn how to count so you can pay your taxes.
Yeah.
So you can put it in somebody else's pot.
Yep.
Instead of being able to build your own. So you're
Exactly.
gonna go to work for 1/8 of what you could make.
Uh-huh.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
For real, for real.
So we need to go ahead and start educating our own, putting them back in our own section,
Correct.
taking care of ourselves,
Yeah.
so we can we not spread out.
Yeah.
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 That we own this whole block.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Black Wall Street.
Yeah. I mean,
Why not?
Tulsa. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That'd be.
I don't see why not.
At this
Honestly,
point now,
honestly,
yeah.
I
I don't see why not. Yeah.
Because you could have the black mechanic shop right there next to me.
Oh my God.
easily.
You can
And then
own
you
black
know
dentist office.
exactly. You know the black man can be like, bruh, your tire again? Boy, you don't know how to drive for nothing. Nah, make him pay full because he came in last week.
Yeah, we don't have
But you know, a lot of our young men and women don't get pushed on their capabilities. We don't look into our kids' ability to see what their true gifts and talents are.
Yeah.
To push them on it. To make sure that they get to where they can go.
Yeah.
You know, like to actually look. You know, I was born and raised Christian.
Okay.
You know, when I got to be 18, I joined the military. I was given a Quran, and I went to the mosque. You know, I done went in there and prayed. You know, I've been to the Middle East. I done prayed over there.
Yeah.
And you know, I watched the Muslims over there.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to mosques in different places. You know, I still go to church.
Yeah.
But you know, the first thing that the Muslim brother I was introduced to in the military, first thing he said, you need to learn knowledge of self.
Knowledge of self.
You need to learn the knowledge of yourself, and you can do what you want to do then. Because you know that's the biggest thing I don't think that our young men and women are seeing.
Yeah.
What is your spark? What is your life light?
Yeah.
And push them on.
Yeah.
You know, like you could be out here selling masks right now and making a bum.
Yeah. Yep.
Learn how to market and hustle that then.
Yep.
And work.
Exactly.
And actually show them how to make your product, produce it.
Yeah.
Get it on the shelf.
Yep.
You know, we don't push our kids' talents. You might see a kid that's real good at doing bedazzling. Your daughter might be good at that.
Yeah.
For real.
Push her on it. That might be her talent to be a designer or something.
Exactly.
Instead of trying to push her to go to school to be something else because everybody wants a blue collar job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah. So being a seamstress might be being a designer, and
Exactly.
they might put her in that big market that she want to be in.
Exactly.
But actually start getting our kids to see what their talents and everything is.
Abilities
to
are.
push them on.
Yep.
You know, once I think a person really learn, you know, this is who I am. That's their drive. Then.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, like I can't be what you do.
Correct.
That's what you do.
Exactly.
I can be what I do.
Exactly.
You know, and you know, a long time ago, I think Martin Luther King had a speech of, if you're gonna be a janitor, be the best janitor. If you're gonna be the best street sweeper, be the best street sweeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if you gonna sweep streets,
You
go out there and you sweep that sidewalk and that street so
Yeah.
good.
They
They,
be like-
come down, they stop and say, man, his sidewalk street is good.
Yeah. His neighborhood right here.
I'm gonna see how much you're charging me to do mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
Word of mouth.
Seriously.
You know, you start seeing what your product is, and it goes from there.
Yeah. That's a fact.
You know, and even with myself, you know,
Don't be
I
afraid of
started
business.
cutting hair. I used to cut hair. I used to be in a little small barbershop.
Yeah.
And I was in the back. I had an old bath towel across the station in the back. I'm down there in Georgia. I'm cutting for about $3-4 a head.
Oh man.
You know, I'm in there. You know, but like I said, I started everything with humble beginnings.
Yeah. True.
So I had to humble myself. I want to cut hair. I need to make a little money.
Exactly.
Now I want $10-15 for these haircuts,
Yeah.
but they not paying like that.
Yeah.
So I gotta take what I can get, humble myself,
Correct.
and save it, and put it in.
Correct.
Put in the work and put in the time.
Man.
But actually had that motivation to build myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And can see it. You know, and I think we have to push our kids on that, but actually back them up on it.
Correct.
That's what we need.
A lot of that.
Those extra jobs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
See what they
if
like.
I'm on Barber Academy.
Yeah.
When you graduate, I put
Yeah.
you straight to work,
Yep.
and I start you off not at whatever the blueprint is for this,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
start you out low and build you up.
Build you
help
up,
on your way,
yeah.
And then you can
And
see.
then you match yourself then.
And you looking at your short-term, long-term goals, and you accomplishing them, and you building yourself up, and
Correct.
you staying motivated, and now you're part of the family.
Correct. Yep.
Oh.
You build a good resume and
We
rapport.
get you a home and getting you established.
Yeah.
That's the Black Lives Matters.
That's what that's about.
That's
I
what it's
like
really
that.
about.
That's what it needs to be
That's
about.
what it's really about. That's what it's gonna be about.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what it's gonna be about.
That's that. And I mean, as far as motivation, what continues to, like, where you're at right now in your career? I know you mentioned you still want to get an academy, but what continues to motivate you and drive you to your goals and to achieve your goals still? Because I mean, right now you're a business owner. You got your
I'm
barbershop.
retired.
You're good to go.
My main motivation is God.
Amen.
G-O-D.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
God. His son.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus, yeah.
Jehovah, the Messiah, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
him. You know.
Yeah.
that's my main motivation.
Yeah.
God above everything.
Amen.
Them family, my family.
Correct.
You know, God, my family. And when I say my family, I mean like my wife, my kids, my brothers, my sisters. You know, my business partners. My business associates that working there with me, they family me. I see them every day. Yeah. You know, like, and that's part of Black Lives Matter. You know, we need to get away from mean mugging each other.
Yeah.
Ninja.
See, the ninja over there.
But it's not about always grabbing your cojones and being hard and being like that.
Correct.
You know, just once again, I respect you as a man.
Correct.
You respect me as a man.
Correct.
You respect me, I respect yours.
Correct.
But getting back into actually showing love for each other, taking care of each other, making sure that each other is taken care of. You might not be able to be there with them every day, but that's my motivation to act, because I don't want to get to be a 75, 80-year-old man. I'm 46 years old right now. You know, I got this solid white beard. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't want to, if God let me live to get 75, 80 years old, I know y'all.
Correct.
You know, and right now I'm 16, 17 years your senior. You know, and I don't want to be an older man, and it was younger men that I knew better on some things and could show you.
Yeah.
And I didn't put that lamplight out there and guide your path to help you along.
Help you out. Yeah.
You know, and it might not be the same for everybody, but that just, I mean, I just feel like a drive.
Just being that kind of spark.
I agree with that philosophy.
You know what I mean? That's just something for me, because I could have helped you. And now I'm looking at you out there on that corner with that sign now. And I think that's another Black Lives Matter movement. Exactly. Because I understand how hard it is for me.
It's like,
I did 16 more years in this life than you have.
Yeah.
And maybe I can stop you from having to go through some bad things your next 16 years that I've already seen.
Knock down some hurdles.
That's Black Lives Matter movement. You know, and I just feel like for me, like, if I get a chance to get to be 80 years old, I want to look at this community if I'm still living in it. And my kids, and your kids, and his kids, and y'all grandkids. And we go out and can do a Labor Day party or fish fry at the park. We all out there. And you own that dentist office or whatever. He owns an HEB now. Or a BOB now.
I know.
And we done build organizations here, Black Lives Matters, and we done show other people that we are educated, we're strong, we're working, we're fathers, we're mothers, we're independent, we're financial, we have all the elements we need to live in harmony, to take care of each other and protect each other without your foolishness. Correct. And we'll respect you too if you want to come over and get some chicken.
Exactly.
Don't break the foolishness.
You'll have all the snow bunnies in there and still. You're like, like brothers,
you know,
like, oh, it's all, we all good.
That's
we all
my long-term goal with this life.
Absolutely.
And I just feel like that's my long-term goal with this life before I leave here. I like to see that.
Yeah, and that's a hell of a motivation. I think we can do it, like, just unifying and coming together, and the events that you could continue to do.
The BOB is black-owned business.
Yeah. Oh, we had it.
That's why I'm like, that's a good name. I might get patented.
You might have to. That's it.
BOB grocery
right over there on the corner.
Down the groceries.
So before I let you go, I want to ask one hypothetical question. You know, I'm always curious hypothetically. If you could name one person that you can talk to, you mentioned a lot of great names throughout our interview and podcast here today. Anyone in particular that you would want to sit down and talk with? Anybody that comes to mind, dead or alive, that you're like, hey, I would sit down with this guy for about an hour and I want to just
spit game.
Yeah, spit game and chop it up with him. Anybody in particular you could name?
Anybody dead or alive?
Yeah, he's like, man.
That's a long.
He was like, Joe was like, man.
Actually, if I could go and talk to anybody dead or alive, you know, I would have to say it would be Moses from the Bible.
Wow.
The Levite.
Mm.
You know,
yeah.
Everybody would love to speak to Jesus. Jesus not dead.
Yeah.
So you said dead or alive, but we know he's eternal.
Yeah, okay.
He everywhere.
That's true.
But I would really like to talk to Moses because we have lost your law.
So you can find it again.
Yeah, I would like to talk to Moses.
Yeah.
But we have lost your law.
Yeah. Yeah, see what he says.
Maybe you can show me how to get them out and go back up there and get them and bring them back down.
Get on that mountain. You gonna get on that mountain?
Maybe you can show me how to get up there.
Yeah, okay.
I'll bring them back down this time.
Bring them on down.
I'll read this time because we really lost on a lot of things.
Yeah. That's a very interesting one because that starts from the roots of everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's very intriguing to hear. Anybody in particular for you, President? Anybody you would want to speak to? That was a good one.
Man,
that was like that.
That's a long list. I'm gonna do honorable mentions. I want to say Tupac.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
I want to say Malcolm X.
Yeah, good one. Martin. Yep.
Actually, Martin. I honestly, I would like to just get 1 hour with him.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him what's going on.
Yeah, what's happening?
Hey, so
since then
we kind of went somewhat your path. We kind of diverted a little bit. So I want to know what his thoughts would be on how to.
And with that, if you look at one of Martin's last interviews, Martin said, "I feel that I have led my people into a burning building."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that he saw that his wanting to do away with segregation for immigration might not have been a good idea.
Yeah.
There's still work that needs to be done.
Correct.
Because they're not accepting each other. I'm not saying that they should be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't. They got things they need to work out right now.
Correct.
And I think I've led my people into a burning building. They trapped.
Correct.
And I kind of feel like we are still trapped in a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Like we just kind of trying to get through this stuff now, barely. Like it's finally shedding some light on everything. It's like, man, this has been happening since Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye was talking about police brutality. I'm like, man,
50 years ago.
Yeah, like still to this day. It's still
I think too because it's because we get so broken down. We've been so broken down for so long.
Yeah,
it was back to understanding yourself.
Correct.
Back to understanding that self-worth and your cause and purpose.
Yeah.
Like you said, what drives me? What's your drive? What's your cause?
Yeah.
Why you here?
Yeah. Yep.
And like I just said, I wouldn't mind going back talking to Moses because we figured out who I am.
Yeah.
Moses came to the Pharaoh. He said, "Who sent you? Tell him who sent you. I am. Well, who are you?"
Yeah. You be like, you have a notepad ready for him.
So maybe he is. I am.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I want to know. That
I am too.
Yeah.
But you know who I am.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm sent by the people. I'm sent by myself. I'm sent by God. I'm sent for salvation. There's a certain sovereignty that has to go with being a human being and having the dignity given at birth to be respected.
Yeah.
And that is what's been taken away from a lot of people right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why the president is in the position right now that doesn't show respect and sovereignty for living life needs to be taken out of position.
Exactly.
If you're not going to show it equal for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in life, your life is your gift. Run with it.
Yeah.
Nobody has a rule over you to tell you that you can or can't as long as you're doing within the rights.
Correct.
The right thing.
Yeah, correct.
So run with it.
Correct.
Fly with it.
Correct. Hustle with it. Go
Hustle
hard.
with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're not getting that opportunity if somebody's gonna hold your color of your skin against you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's another trap door.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get to that door? Well, I am.
Correct.
That's where you need to learn who I am. I am.
Correct.
And I introduce myself.
Correct.
I am, and I reach my hand out to let you know who I am. I come in peace.
Yeah, exactly.
And to, like he said, Martin, Malcolm, different ones. The young, especially younger black people right now, they kind of lost position with the history to understand why they need to act in a certain accordance every day.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and pick up some of the books by Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Noble Drew Ali. Find out who some of them people were. Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
Different ones that wasn't highlighted in your history books and stuff at school. You really need to know about. You know, Noble Drew Ali was a very, very intelligent and spiritual individual that had a lot of the roles to play with. Why certain people were put in our lives here in the United States, in other places, and a lot of people don't know who he is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he was a traveler of knowledge and came and let the people know who they were. And we so trapped up in the box of the TV and the phone, we trapped.
Yeah.
And we think that's reality. That's a false reality. You back inside the matrix. You back inside the box. That's a trap.
Yeah.
You know, because you see a lot of people, they change up their lives every day according to what the phone or the TV say. Be you.
Boom. Yep.
Be
Exactly.
you. That's another reason why, not to cut off what you were saying, but I would like to go back and maybe talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's definitely thoughtful and kind of scary too. Like, man.
I know. Yeah. I was like, do I want to know?
Yeah. You want to know,
think,
but
it's good. It might mess me up, but
oh man,
it's worth knowing.
Yeah.
So definitely shout out to everyone plugged in the Plug Podcast number 24. Of course, Joe, before we let you go, any shout outs, any things you want to let the people know, any last words you want to give out to the people that are plugged in for you on podcast number
Big
24.
Brothers Barbershop,
You already know.
10540 Calabria Road.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Big Brothers,
Yes.
my business partner Daniel,
Yes,
the whole
sir.
Big Brothers crew, wife and kids,
Yes.
all the family, much love.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you having me coming on.
Hey, man.
All right.
I appreciate you pulling up as always. Like I said, you've been a backbone in the community ever since we've been getting this podcast kicked off. Big Brotherz Barbershop has definitely been the person, the people behind the engine of us as well. So we're just glad for you to be a part of the show. Shout out to President Quinn, President
Yeah,
Q.
sure, a little late, but I made it.
He made it. He made it. So shout out to everybody. This is podcast number 24. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We out.